something. It's been a pretty busy December so far.
Yeah, and it
Somebody,
gets busier and busier.
yeah, the energies are quite amazing. Quite amazing.
More fun.
Yeah, right. Everyone's like, God, 2021 is going to be such a. I'm like, I'm still in 2020. I'm not. 3 weeks in 2020 is like 3 years. So especially the last 3 weeks of the year with the eclipses and the 12/12 to 12/21 and what else? The
Yes, it,
solstice and the conjunctions and all that stuff. Okay, we are live on the replay. On the replay.
it's not a
Welcome
replay.
everybody. Welcome everybody on the live and the replay. We got a beautiful, beloved, brave sister, very high frequency, according to Morgan, and I take her word for that. Camilla, and we're going to spend the next hour or so with her. Deborah, she's not upside down. Oh, she is upside down. How's she upside down? I'm seeing her. She's right side up. Hang on a second. Let's see what's going on here. That's strange. They said you're upside down.
Am I upside down?
I don't. Not on my camera. You're not. And I've never had that happen before. Oh wait, let me see.
The intense energies.
Well, that's very
Everything
true.
happened.
That's very true on this show. Anytime we have technical difficulties, it's usually because of high frequency connection. Okay, so they're saying she's right side up.
Right side
She's
up?
good. Yeah. Oh, it was a energetic. Oh yeah, you were upside down. How weird is that? Let's see. Now you're right side up. I don't know what happened. Very strange. Very strange. Strange things happening. Strange isn't good. Okay, I'm gonna play the intro real quick. We'll be back in a minute, 19 seconds, everybody. We have 4 shows today, and I think we don't have anything scheduled for the weekend, but I feel like we're gonna be doing a lot of broadcasting this weekend. We'll be right back with Camilla in a minute, 19 seconds. Welcome everybody to Soul Speaks 5D. We've we did 86 shows last month and we'd only done about 12. 11. I think this is the 11th. And I said that this is the 11th this month, which is really slow for us because the energy's has been just amazing. But as I say that, it's 1:11 in New York City, East Coast time, and it's 12/11/2020. So this is a lot of ones and twos going on here. This being the 11th show of the 12th month as well. I want to make one quick announcement too. I've just been trying to spread the word because we're not going to advertise it until 2 or 3 days before it happens. But David Icke is coming back. He had to reschedule. He couldn't come on in November, and he's coming on in January. There'll be more details on that. And also, just want to let everybody know that if anything ever happens, you can watch all of these shows on soulogynetwork.com. on our website, which we're going to be expanding more and more over the next 3 or 4 or 5 weeks. So we have this beautiful sister, Camilla. Everybody knows her, it seems. I've had some response on her announcing she was coming on. And I don't know her, which is great. We can just get to know each other spontaneously. But we have an age-old question here. 2,500 episodes. A lot of times when people first come on, I like to ask them, "When did you wake up, or have you always been this weird?"
It seems like it's weirder and weirder. My first wake up was when I met Grandmother Whale in Hawaii in 2007 for this incarnation. It was really, everything just shifted when she like just took me in her eye, the great whale eye in 2007, and I got initiated from her.
Wow.
And then everything just shifted.
So were you already awake when you went to Hawaii in 2007?
I felt that was like the second awakening, actually.
Okay.
I mean, we were awake and then we were closed down and awake again. And I feel we are all coming awake. And then there's a second or third awakening, and then there's like a third or fourth awakening, because it's really different grades, you can say, about the awakening. So I don't know about the fully awakened being.
Yeah, true.
What is that? Yeah.
I think that the awakening happens every morning when we wake up.
Yeah. And then this big shift that happens,
Yeah.
So yeah.
You seem to have a strong, and I'm sure otherwise, but galactic vibration to you. Do you have a galactic connection, or do
Yeah.
you have a strong star family connection?
Yes. Really strong galactic connection, really strong earthy connection. It's actually strong connections here with expanded awareness.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people talking about the last 10 days or so, in particular, with the energy, the effects on the body, mental, emotional, physical, the lucid dreams, just a lot of energetic activity. I've had several people write me saying, "Wow, what's going on?" And but one of the things that I've been experiencing, and I know Morgan has this month in particular, there just seems, at least in my life, because I was not really familiar with the galactic part of this, our makeup, until I met Morgan, because I'd never met an ET before until I met her. But there seems to be a really pronounced galactic presence in this month for myself, and I'm seeing some evidence of it out there in social media as well. Does that resonate with you? Are you feeling the galactic energy in particular?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. And it's really, really intense and really, really strong.
Yeah.
And it's potent.
Yeah.
It's really potent for everyone. Yeah.
I try.
And also that we all, or many, are really becoming aware more. So you also really feel or see or sense these energies and this, what's coming in now so strongly, so intense. It's like you can't really resist it anymore.
No.
All the ways just to surrender in it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I got a download about 3 weeks ago, and it was basically saying that these folks, that these people that are on the face of the earth, that are kind of, you can call them first wavers or second wavers or star seeds, that we would be coming into our to a fuller memory of our natural nature and of our soul's composition and our purpose and meaning here in this time and space, in this realm, and that it would become a very, very obvious to us, which would then segue into more courage, more peace, more purpose, less fear, and that type of thing. In other words, the overriding energy in our personal journeys would become what we're here for, and I want to use the word mission, although I'm a little afraid to use for it, but it seems like there is a mission that's coming into play now. Does that resonate with you?
Yes, strongly. But Todd, why do you say you're feeling fear about taking the word mission?
Well, because of labels,
Yeah,
labels and 3D definitions,
yeah,
and I never really, I never really fully bought into, oh, we're here to save the earth and to wipe out evil, but and I don't really resonate with that term evil, but recently there seems to be, at least in my experience, there seems to be this powerful galactic message. And I even asked them, because they were showing me 3 or 4 nights ago, and I said, "Can you take me above my perspective from the galactic?" And they did, which I was familiar with, and then I looked down and it made sense. But it didn't take away from the fact that there was a real emphasis on the galactic mission. And while that's happening, I've noticed, because I keep tabs on different platforms, and I noticed that one of the things that's happening over the last 10 days is um, there are a lot of articles and information being passed through mainstream media in regard to like soft disclosure, like videos of UFOs, alien contact, and I'm going, okay. And then those what are those things called?
starships, the
Yeah,
ships.
yeah. Well, and then those monoliths that have been appearing all around the world. Have you seen those long monoliths? And I'm thinking, okay, this is interesting. I wonder if they're going to fake an alien invasion, and at the same time, our star family contact is going to increase as well to combat it.
Yeah, yeah, but it's like we're expanding from the embodiment. When the embodiment deepens, we expand not just the galactic but the universal, the omniverse.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
we're becoming truth, we're becoming soul, not just becoming because we already are. It's just opening to expand into this. So it's not, there's so many talk about, for me, what does that mean? I mean, the galactic, the universal, the personal, all the dimensions. I mean, we're here. We're here together. We're here together to deepen into truth, to really, as I see it, embody our soul's purpose. And as we embody that, or soul's mission, you can call it, and as we deepen the embodiment of the soul, it just unfolds.
Yeah.
So as long as we talk about the mission or the purpose, it's like outside ourselves. But
True.
everything is within, and it's like we are already living the highest version,
Yeah. Yeah.
high potential. It's like understand, yeah, and huge galactic universal impact of like a force coming in right now.
Yeah.
To expand our awareness that it's not only the 3D world that is collapsing. I mean, it's the whole.
Yeah. All timelines and dimensions. And I agree with you. We've
Yeah,
been like the dog chasing its tail, looking,
yeah, yeah,
looking for something, and then we bite our tail. Oh, we found it, and it was us all along. But yeah, I
yeah,
agree with you. I agree with you that the human, we say at Soulology, the human is the hero for a lot of reasons, but that we've underestimated ourselves. We're actually gods and goddesses in the flesh, and we are affecting every timeline and every dimension, and we're both the mission and the prize. You know what I mean?
yeah. But um, one of my that I'm in within right now, for me, we are in this gateway of completion, a total completion of the old, of what has been, for just being here with who we are, coming together, everyone, not just our sisters and brothers in form, but all our sisters and brothers from different galaxies, dimensions, whatever. And the embodiment and the truth and the realization, I mean, we're all just carrying one perspective of the whole. I have one perspective, you have one perspective, and everyone got the perspective of the whole. The whole is, I mean, huge. But it's like beyond the beyond. And we're not here to really understand it, to be within it. And for me now, this major soul embodiment or soul understanding that the whole old earth is a program, and then not just talking about what's happened the last 2,000 years. I mean, many talk about what happened, in these 2,000 years, but what if everything is a program from the first split in consciousness?
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with it, because one is one, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like, and again, two things. One is the need to understand. Even if we want to understand, it's coming in so fast we can't. I just
No,
they just it happened to me this morning. I was up and I was relaxed and I was like making breakfast and I was listening to videos, and all of a sudden it came in like it did last night. But I'm used to it at night when we lay down and we put our hands together and we connect. And then it just started coming in, and I'm like, okay, well, you just know it's coming in, and you don't have to know what it is. It's coming too fast to know what it is, and you just accept it, knowing that you'll have whatever you need when the time arises. Really.
and the time is here, and also the mind is so limited. But also, what if it's so much about also the Atlantean and the Lemurians and everything. Everything is just a program.
Yeah.
What was before?
Yeah.
So, and it's very huge for me, and I understand for many, because everything that I know, I need to let dissolve this
Yeah.
new.
Yeah. Yeah. And there seems to be also like okay, I'm sorry. There's a lag. I wasn't trying to interrupt you. There's a little bit of a lag. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, and then for to really drop from whatever you think you have known, whatever is out there, just to drop into the truth of the heart, and to whatever comes, whatever arises now. Because every belief, when that dissolves, everything that many have built up their lives on, it's just built on the programs. It's just different illusions. So when we really drop deeper into heart, into truth, and just allow everything to dissolve, there is no need, about all these different timelines and different dimension. When we're deeply connected, it's only soul and truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all those old knowledge is no more.
Yeah.
Everything comes to a completion where the new can rebirth. And we can do that now after the restored feminine has been anchored and the rebirth masculine, So now everything is here. Now it's really everything can come into wholeness and to this love, really love vibration. Not talk about it, but to experience it, to be it.
Yeah.
To deepen into presence.
I have a friend that I ran into a week or so ago, and she's been awake a long time, like 1987 when the harmonic convergence started, and she was told go to the pyramids. But I ran into her 2-3 weeks ago, and she said to me, I don't know what's going on. I keep asking my team, what do I do next? What do I do next? Because that's what she's done for 30 years. And they said to her, don't do anything. Now you can just be, almost like it's already been done, and it's just going to play out now in the physical timeline, and that it's already occurred in the energetics.
Yeah, and that's also what keeps coming to me. Both the guides and everything they're saying. It's just being, it's just resting. You cannot do anything now, because this is just the transfer hole we're all in. So everything needs to be set to come in order. We can't. The vision is just seeded, and we need to grow it. We need to be it. We need to be here. So just stay. just stay and follow, you know, the callings that is coming.
Yeah.
And everything is already here. Yeah. And we just, you know, do what we need to do. And it's different. And how I see it and how I perceive it is like, we don't know. We don't really know what is coming because
we
it's
don't.
new. And that is so fun or joyful.
We don't
because
know.
No, and what I see is to really step into this, we really need to let go of everything we know.
Yeah.
Because it's new and need to allow it to be new. It's a total new playground, play field.
Yeah.
Yeah, where we meet.
I agree with that. You mentioned the feminine and the masculine, and since I got out on social media around 2013, really around 2014, 2015, I wasn't familiar with ascension. You know, the term ascension. I wasn't familiar with a lot of the templates and narratives. But around late 2015, I met Morgan. Around that time as well, I started to see a lot of people posting about the divine feminine had landed. And then the whole thing started with the feminine stepping into her power. And there was a lot of commentary about that. And the masculine, I think it was around mid 2017, 2018. And this year, there's been a lot of talk about, or more talk about the golden child energy, the energy that's produced from the conception or conceived from the sacred union of masculine and feminine in so many variations, obviously, within ourselves, and then the physical representations that we create in our lives. What are your thoughts on the third energy? We're moving into the age, or we're in the age of Trinity now, no longer in duality. What does that mean to you? What do you think the possibilities are with this third energy that is cooperating with us in our manifestations and our experience?
Yeah. There's been a lot also of false matrices, also about the feminine and about the masculine. And how I see is like the huge template of the restored feminine was fully anchored this summer solstice.
Oh.
And from that template, the rebirth masculine, the new divine masculine got birthed from that. And when that happened, the divine child birthed. So this is totally new for these incarnations, and these are what we are here for, to remember. And it's not only the feminine, it's also the divine. That energy back to earth is been, she's been locked in, and many in the feminine movement has been really connected to that false mother matrix or template, or whatever you call it, lately with the moon and everything. So it's really now when this the true twin flame templates come, and for the divine child, it can really bloom, because everything from that opening birth from that place are in union. And now when that happened with the templates, also all the new children that comes really come down to anchor this union fully and more, to keep on with what we have been, the forerunners that we are.
Yeah.
So that is really the sacredness within our hearts, with that divine child, the sacredness, the truth. With that, the truth within our hearts can birth. This is how I see it.
Yeah.
And we really can be and can be intimate, and with these new templates, with the feminine masculine are really not, separated. They are really in union. So they need now, where the codes are out there can be a full embodiment of man and woman into union. And how I see it, that has not been able before.
Yeah.
This is just the perspective that I bring. It has not been able before fully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I resonate with that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've been in a relationship for 5+ years that's
Yeah.
kind of paralleled the collective energy. There's so much of what you said is absolutely, in my opinion, 100%. Everything is changing.
Yeah.
Intimacy is changing. The type of relationships,
Totally.
attachment is leaving. Possession, codependency is leaving. But and even like I'm talking to, I had a friend send me a note this morning saying that him and his partner we're going through a strange time. We're not even being sexual with each other. We're like becoming friends, or I mean, so there's this whole different, innocent, genuine, pure, and I like the way you put it because I know we're in a duality. And there's so many different aspects to that: physical, non-physical, and masculine and feminine. And there's been a lot of moving around and stuff and to get to this equilibrium that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But I love what you said about that child energy, that third energy, that golden child, because we're all children. Every one of us.
Children.
We're all made in the image. Yeah.
Children, yeah, and we're just the mirror and highest expression of God, Goddess, with our divine presence. But how I see it is also that there have been forerunners. I mean, like you and Morgan and other couples that you're carrying the codes. You had this. It's been activated within you, and you also need to be here to anchor it onto earth for it to what you say. Be this field of that love energy, that love frequency. So some in the human form also need to come here to anchor it first, and also for it to spread. And then of course that's also new, even though we have it at the pure souls as we are, we know, and it's a totally new form of intimacy.
Yeah.
It's a totally new form, and it's not how I see it just between partnership. It's also between, I mean, we meet here like brothers and sisters, sister to sister, brother to brother, parent to child, child to world. It's totally new intimacy. When we come in alignment and come also in alignment with the earth and the whole universe. And this is the new playing field, the new playing ground, where we're like intimate in every step, in every breath, in every second. And this is just being here like you and just anchoring and being in your presence. You spread this love vibration so you can activate within others that already has it, but it's not fully activated. Mm-hmm. So when I say it was restored, I mean it was fully anchored. And the anchoring takes time, and a lot of beings in form and in no form had this also as a mission to anchor it. In the pre-agreements that we have. And also the courage to step out, to show the way, to really be the true way showers. It's to really embodying it. For me, everything is about embodiment. Yeah. We can talk about all these templates and all these that is happening, but we are here. So when I also said, to tune into, it will be so fun meeting here and to meet and to talk. So what is really important? What is important in this time right now? Just now. So if we just come to our heart, and what is important right now? I mean, the portals are and it's happening, but what is really important? Yeah.
Yeah. It's time to walk the talk, right?
Yeah, it's really time to walk the talk and to walk together.
Yes.
To come together and to really walk the talk.
Yeah.
There's to really do it together. It's a difference than just talking about it or understand it.
Yeah.
To also be it.
Yeah, I think that that's a great point because, and I'm a talker, obviously. I mean, I have this show,
Not only, I think,
right?
not
No,
only a
but
talker.
yeah, right. But here's the thing: is the the and they're not all feminine, but most of them are. There's more, especially since this summer. I've seen more men stepping up that were in more of more alignment with true divine masculine. And I guess what I'm saying is you have a lot of there are a lot of there's a lot of verbalization, like with what I do and other people do, whether they're a man or a woman. But there's a quiet force that's pushing forward people like you, people like Morgan, people that are quiet and that have been doing the work a long time, and they're just very steadily, very deliberately, that wave is building and impacting the grid, because it's, to me, it's an infinite more pure stream than what we've been subjected to and what has been normal. So
Yeah.
thank God the crazy people have showed up finally, like you.
Yeah, and it's also, I mean, it's many things about that, but it's also in the time. It's not about being on the stage to be seen. There's so many doing such a great job, and now this is the wave for like me and Morgan and others, that now we come up together,
Yeah.
this force, and everyone has had this mission, whatever that has been, and to really be ready out there. But we all have different missions, what we're doing, anchoring the codes to grow ourselves, to deepen our soul embodiment, everything, and the remembrance and so. But I just you were talking about the divine masculine. I have really have had the gift of meeting a lot of men in circle, because there comes a lot of teachings and codes that I just bring down to earth in form. So I'm so honored to have hold space, like the space for beautiful brothers to deepen in their soul journey, to embody their unique divine masculine codes, to really shine their light, and to deepen into their hearts, their haras, the lingam, the sacred sexuality, the embodiment, and just in the space of the great mother, everything from
Yeah.
honor to have walked together with them and supported them in that way. It's really,
Well,
really beautiful, because there's also so many brothers really together with all us as sisters coming together now. So it's really, really, we have also needed this time.
yeah. Yeah, and we absolutely appreciate your patience because it's been a hell of a ride. I can tell you that. I mean, I've had a great partner, a great teacher. Somebody
Yeah.
that's downloaded stuff for many, many years, long before I met her. And, but you just, I guess, it's two different paths. Obviously, if you have the incarnations on Earth, especially in this particular lifetime,
Mm-hmm,
uh,
mm-hmm.
and having to shed all of those false and powerful identities that were not
Yeah.
true. They were not
Yeah.
pure, and I don't, I mean, and I'm only saying this as an example. It's not about me. I'm really feel for the brothers, and of course, I absolutely honor and revere the sisters. I believe God. If God has a gender, God is a woman. There's no doubt. That's the strongest, most powerful energy I've ever experienced in the non-physical is the God or the goddess. But I think we're definitely seeing progress. We're seeing evidence, and this is extraordinary because you don't see it even in the alternate news or alternate news platforms. Oh, the divine masculine is the new man is showing up, and the divine feminine, the mother goddess, has landed, and you don't see that, but you can feel it, and you
Yeah.
can sense it, and I
Mhm.
think I think we've done a lot more than we give ourselves credit for. I think we've all come a long way, and I think we're going to be amazed at what comes from our efforts.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Lord, and also, isn't it? This is
Yeah,
really why we're here. Yeah. So
yeah,
it's been of course a lot of effort and credit or no credit. I mean, when we feel it, we know it
yeah.
really, and have this the abundance and the joy, for really being here and enjoying everything that is in this moment. It is
Yeah.
it is fun.
Yes,
It
it
has
is.
been way too serious and too hard work for such a long time, and now
It's
it's really here with all these new codes coming. It's such a special time.
it is.
Yeah,
I
and
would
it's
not.
really
Yeah,
wonderful.
I would not go anywhere else.
No,
I
me
say, well,
neither.
we came
Just
this far. Yeah, we didn't come this far just to come this far.
no, and just enjoy everything. I'm just so blessed and so grateful also to being here now, and everything happens so fast. Just two, I don't know the days anymore, 2 3 days, we were guided to build a sweat lodge here on the land, because it's a new way of sweat lodge, new way of purification coming to really work with all the divine, with the ancient mothers, with the cosmic mothers, with the womb, and with the dragons that are coming here. And in 2 days it was woof, manifested. uh,
Yeah,
yeah. So everything is just coming here now in preparation and help and support for all that is. So it's really, yeah.
yeah. I think that's another place that we've seen evidence. And again, it's not on the mainstream media, and it's not all these crazy people leaving their jobs, leaving their homes, leaving relationships,
Hmm.
going across the other side of the world, or going wherever their guidance is given them,
Yeah.
and watching them. It's not even a question of survival. It's watching them manifest
Yeah.
uh, as they move through to a higher level of alignment and diminish the impact of distortion in their lives. And it's amazing. And to me, well, when I hear the words "made in the image," I don't think of, oh, I look like God or I look like the mother goddess. I
No.
think of, oh my God, I have these abilities, and
Yeah.
we're in this physical matter realm. So I'm going to be able to, I mean, this is happening. It's happening. And I don't want to leave. I want to be here
No.
and be part of
No.
it.
this this is where the fun. Yeah, and it's very much, we talked about the soul's mission or the soul purpose, but what is coming really now is also when all those distortions and deprogramming happens, and everyone deepen their soul embodiment, so they raise their frequency to be more soul filled. It's also a new way of manifesting, a new way of manifesting, the divine plan. It goes very fast, and for me to manifest your life's purpose, that's like the next step. What's
Yeah.
coming now? Yeah, to manifest, because that's also an art, to
Yes.
really be in this true, in not only in truth but in trust, and how you see the world, how you are in alignment with this universal flow of love, when
Yeah.
everything, when it's manifested through you. So
Yes.
you're not manifesting anything,
Yeah.
it's just putting this energy
That's
in
right.
form through you. And that I'm so excited also for what will bloom, what will really come now after this winter solstice and into the new vision,
Yeah.
when we all, yeah, that
Yeah.
it's really really
And
new to play.
I'm going to go back to the thing about mission. I get what you're
Hmm.
saying now, and I absolutely agree with you. That's why the reason I was hesitant to use the word mission, because where I don't resonate is like I'm on a mission to change the world or
No.
get rid of evil. But you're talking soul mission. So my mission is to expand. My
Yes.
mission is to experience and
Mm-hmm.
expand the outer breath of Mother Creation, to
Yeah.
expand the experience of the universe, because I am the universe. So I look at
Yes.
it that way. So yeah, I would take the
Yeah.
word mission in that respect. I just wanted to make that
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah. 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 And that's what mission is for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let this energy manifest through you. You
Yeah.
express this divine love, this vibration, this frequency, and you are all. We are all.
Yeah.
We are the universe, as you say. We
Yeah.
are. We are also held in this most beautiful love field.
Yeah. I remember years ago,
Mm-hmm.
after I first reawoke, several years ago, I had a memory, and the memory was of Atlantis, and I was standing on
Yeah.
like at the almost like a valley. I could see the water, the ocean, but there was a mountain, and I was standing with someone, and I was consoling them because Atlantis was deconstructing. It was falling into the ocean, and they were crying, and I realized that I wasn't even that I was a spirit guide, that I was non-physical, and
Yeah.
I was trying to explain to the person that this is not what it seems, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the reason I brought that up is because I wanted to ask you, with your level of connection and your balance, and you should do meditation tapes because your voice is incredible. But I wanted to ask you the other thing that I feel is happening, and I don't know if I'm right, and it doesn't even about right, but I feel more than ever the presence of the non-physical soul family. Like I
Yes.
was in that memory, like I feel them more and more here, and I find that a bit challenging because like you're there and I'm here. I know we're one, but I know the same exists with them. But they just seem to
Yeah.
be. It seems to be very full and very crowded in a good way, and that's a good feeling. Are you feeling anything like that?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I do. And they are here.
Yeah,
Even though we say we're one, but they are here.
yeah,
They're really here. And they support us, and we're walking together. We are one with them, and we are together with them also for this unique purpose of the soul family, of the soul group. For me, it's just different steps of it.
yeah,
They're coming down, or really can almost see them, and they are here. They're sitting here now in this space. They are with you. I feel them, even though we have this screen and you're on the other side of the world, but you are also here. I really feel you,
yeah.
and I feel your soul family. I feel Morgan here too, and I feel a lot of just family and also guides here that are, and we are together. For me, it's so important that we also do this journey together with all those beings in non-form, and we are also the same. There's no here and there, there's no up or down. We're not reaching something way up. We go up to the stars and up to the soul. Everything is here. It's just our for the expand and take this in and how, what if, or how will it be when we feel that and we start to commune with them, in commune with the heart, and we really do this together.
Yeah.
So it's coming closer and closer and closer. And also with this galactic interdimensional, it's like every portal. I'm also working a lot with the portals up in the north, from the northern star, and down there, and everything is here too. Everything is
That's
here.
right. Yeah,
Yeah, so when we really embodiment, the soul embodiment, everything is here.
I
We
know.
just need to stay here. And it's, yeah, and we start to talk with our hearts.
Yeah,
instead of the mind and the mouth, and the language changing, and everything is more quiet.
Yeah.
When we deepen our presence, we don't need so much else.
Yeah, there's a lot more. There's a lot more to be said for these this silence, and it's not silence. It's it's just nonverbal, right? And I'm laughing. I was laughing a little, giggling a little bit when you were talking about that because uh, I've been, and one of the things I've been doing for myself is like self healing. Like I know to physician, I am my doctor. I am everything. And so last night, it's the second time it happened, and I should have remembered. But so years ago, when I first woke up, I was in a lot of trauma and pain and stuff, and these six blue light healers came in. That's what I understood them to be. And then there was a seventh one that was called the Miracle Keeper. So they'd come in and they would work on me with these wands. So what happened was last night, and as time went on, I realized these were Arcturians. So last night I was laying down with Morgan, and things got quiet, and I connected. And I said, "Okay, well, I'm gonna, because we're multidimensional. So I was doing this and doing that, doing this. And I said, "Can you guys take me up to the ship, into the healing room?" And then they said to me, You don't have to come up here. We're already here." I was like, "Oh, whoa."
Where did you want to go?
What's that?
Or were you just curious about where did you want to go?
No, well, I visited. Well, I visited the ships before. I mean, and there's been a lot of that activity in the last 10 days. But sometimes I'll work on the healing myself, like with my DNA, or I'll talk to that part of my body, but for some reason last night I've been feeling a lot of galactic presence the last week or so. So I said to them, "Take me up to the ship," and they said, "You don't have to." And then I opened my eyes and I'm looking around, and there's no walls, right? And I'm like, okay, well, I get it. That's what I'm saying, though. I get it. Like everything is right here. And it's not just words, pretty words, or a cliche or a new ageism. It's actually the reality. And the only thing, holding us back, that's why I'm so careful. I try to be careful about what I'm saying. Like even if I'm writing something, like somebody wrote me something today and they said, "Oh my God, what's going on?" And I started to write, "It's going to be like this at least till Christmas." And I thought, "Oh, wait a minute. I can't do that. I just threw if I do that, I just threw a program on my friend and a belief system," right?
Yes, that's the how to be conscious, really conscious in every step we take, every breath we do, because that's old.
True.
So this is what is new for us to think about. But I also they are very humorous. Your Arcturian friends, they're laughing. They're like laughing now, like, oh.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know. Believe me.
And I very much I call upon our angelic medical team. I call them. We all have this medical team. They are here, and if we ask for their support, to come in and support us in the healing work, and also the celestial healers come in and do this restoring about all the cells, and the blood and DNA, and they can really help us with so deep healing. And everyone has these the teams. There's so many that are here, and they're just so willing. If you just ask, they come. And they know, we don't need to know, they come. But also be very cautious about the space we're holding, because there's so much different energies out there.
Yeah.
And they are really, everyone, they're really here to do this. We do it together. Everyone is not, they do it together with us, so we do it together with them.
Yeah.
We are here. And now, as you said, when you open your eyes, you see them.
Yeah.
They become so close. You can see them with the inner eyes.
Absolutely.
And we don't need to go anywhere. We don't need to go to the ships, to the healing chambers. We don't need to go to the temples, to the etheric temples, to the healing room.
We are the temple.
Is here. We are there. Everything is here. And that's yeah.
And you know, and here's the other thing too. We can take things too literal. You know, we're trying to like process things as from a human mind only. And then here's another funny thing that happened last night. So when they came in, so now I'm looking and they're all around me and the blue lights everywhere and they're scanning my body and I'm looking at it. And I said, wow. I said, hey, can we let's bring Morgan into this. Let's expand the circle. And and here I am between allowing things and commanding things and trying to find my way. And it was funny because they didn't move. So the next thing I know, I see all this purple light coming from Morgan's side of the bed, and she had her own healers, and they were Pleiadian.
Yeah.
So there was the purple light and then the blue light, and then they formed an infinity sign.
Oh,
You know,
beautiful.
the blue and the purple, the two galactic.
Yes.
And it was really,
Beautiful.
and it was funny because it was like when I asked something, you know how when you ask a question and you know the answer by the time you finish saying the question? It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh yeah,
But
yeah,
but isn't that what's happening now, Todd? As you say, we're trying to figure it out with a limited human
yeah,
mind.
yeah,
That really, that mind is so limited that we
yes,
really need to let go of that, to open up for the higher mind, for the
yeah.
clarity. And you don't need to ask those questions anymore.
True, that's
You,
true.
you know it.
It
It's a
it
that's habit. For many, it's just a habit.
yeah,
There's some
yes,
habits, to deepen into trust. So when everything, as
yeah,
you see it more brighter, and you become more soul embodied.
yeah.
This is what the new playing field is. This is like the everyday life,
I think
right?
that's why so many people, including myself, including Morgan,
Yeah.
over the last few months, you have these periods, these days, you wake up and you go, "Who am I? Like, what's the point of me being here?" Like, you're
Yeah.
just like totally, you know. People talk about timelines. I had a timeline shift, and all of a sudden, I went this way, and there's a whole a street of gold, you know, and I'm walking down the road, but to me, it's almost like a timeline shift. Like you're leaving these identities and you're in this higher
Yes.
frequency, and the
Yes.
challenge is getting used to it. And I think that's
Yes.
the point of the advice that people have been getting about just being is, you know, just being is not thinking, just be, you know, just go about your
Yes.
business, chop wood and carry water, you know, and just stay active, and
Yeah, yeah, I totally resonate with that. It's when we deepen, everything unfolds, and when we raise a frequency, it consumes the lower vibration, the lower frequency. So we really, step into this totally oneness and presence and above.
yeah,
And that's, for me, it's what is really important right now. What is really important in this moment.
yeah,
Yeah,
just,
what is important here.
yeah,
And also with uh, all these new streams of new light codes that is coming, new energies, it is, as I see it, it's important that we integrate and harmonize all these within our divine vessel, not just to let it be an experience, to really deepen into that embodiment, so we can hold this light, we can hold these new frequency, we can hold this new truth, or whatever you call it, raise the dimensions of frequency. But the new light, to be the light, we need to hold the light.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that is so much of the shift we are in now. Yeah.
Yeah. And the methods that we thought, well, I'm only speaking for myself, but like meditation and chanting, and I'm not saying they're not useful and they're not, but I have to go back. You're giving me all these, I'm getting all the recall from last night. And
Yeah.
so what happened was, yesterday I kept getting this surge of energy in my solar plexus. Like
Yeah.
I knew I was getting code. I knew, and it was a Kundalini type of energy. And it happened all throughout the day. So I laid down last night and this was another thing that happened, it came in again. And I said, oh, and then it went up to my throat, which I got the message like, okay, your power is going to become like we just amped up your voice. Now, this is not like you talk more. It's just, step up there. And then it went down to my root. It was going back and forth. And then they showed me that I had about 150, 200 seizures from the age of 15 to 50. And they were showing me, they were taking me back, and they said, you were having Kundalini experiences, not every time, but almost every time, like 100 or so. Yes. And they were showing me that. And it was so cool because I was being taken to these individual moments of when that was occurring. And there was something else that went with that, and I just forgot about it. That's another thing that happens right now. I can't remember anything from like 2 minutes ago, but it'll come back in a second. But it was related to what you were talking about. And I can't, I know what it was. So I said, okay, how do I align with what's happening? And they said, just listen. And I could hear the universal tone, or really a combination of tones. And then I realized that the tone that I was hearing in my ears, because the quieter I got, the stiller I got, the louder it got, it was the exact same tone of the Kundalini energy within my body.
Yes.
And then I'm start vibrating, and my toes and my up to my ankles on my feet started shaking, and my fingers were shaking. And I thought, oh, so it was the same as within, without, basically.
Yes, and that's really where you come into alignment. You need to slow down, to soften, to be silent, to hear this. The same as you done. Yeah. Wow, that is really. And for doing this, for making it happen, you need to silence, right? Yeah. You need to come into this inner truth, the divine truth, to into alignment, and that is also the new voice. This is also how I feel what is happening now. And when we drop, the new voices comes, we hear new, we see new, our eyes, there's so much happening with our eyes, but it doesn't have nothing to do that you talk much, you're a social person, you know anyone you connect. But this is a new truth that you're here to really speak out, a deeper truth, right? This is what you're happening, and that's also your transformation that you're within now. Is that so? Is that what you're feeling?
Yeah. No, and like it was like even the thing that went into the throat. It wasn't, oh, you're going to talk more.
No.
It's just that when you talk, I can't, and I'm a talker, but I can't explain it all. But I did understand, and this was really weird because it's like if you get the message, for instance, if I get the message and it was like to the throat, if you wrote that down, you would think or try to understand it in human terms. It's like, oh, this is about talking. This is about verbalization, but it wasn't. It was something else. And the reason I say that is because the tone that I was hearing in my ears was very much audible, right? It was sound. But the Kundalini energy inside of me was a sensation, but the sensation was the same sound as the sound, and the sound was the same feeling as the sensation. So it was like things kind of crossed over,
No, it's merging. Every comes into one. So, and is that how you feel? Is what's new that wants to come out?
Okay, you cut out. So say that again. Is that how I feel?
No. No, because now you're coming into alignment with this Kundalini energy. The cosmic Kundalini, the earth Kundalini, the Kundalini in your body. You're melting into one, come into alignment. You hear it, you see it, you feel it, and then you're going to voice it.
Yeah. Yes. And I don't know what that looks. And I don't know what that looks like.
No,
right?
And is that
like I don't,
new? Is that also new for you? That's the new for you, Todd?
I don't know. It's moving so fast. If I look at Kundalini. I had two conscious Kundalini experiences. I was about 25, and
Yeah.
they happened within about a week. The first one was okay. It went
Mhm.
out, from the base out to my head. But the second one, I felt my body get out of bed and my foot get on the ground,
Yeah.
and I looked down and I was still in the bed, and it scared me.
Mhm.
And then in terms of the ones I had with seizures, it was too much. Like I freaked out. So last night when they were showing me that, they said, "Don't freak out. You're not
Yeah.
going to go anywhere. You're just going to shoot out of your." So I something happened to me last night. Like there was a fear. Like, in fact, they showed me that when I would have the seizures, that
Mhm.
I was actually projected out of my body.
Yeah.
And that's why I would black out, because I was disassociating.
Mhm.
So on one hand, it was an escape mechanism, but on the other hand, it was a strengthening of that connection. It was very interesting. But going back to what you're saying,
Mhm.
the, all I can tell you is how I feel, and I think this
Yeah.
is relevant because it's not just me; it's got to be happening to everybody. And that is, normally I would I would go into the weekend and I'm going to chill out for a couple of days, and then maybe Morgan will schedule some shows and for next week, and so on. We'll go on. But I'm waking up this morning and I'm going, oh, there's something happening this weekend. Like we've got a broadcast, like we've got to do. So it's very much an active thing, right? And I don't know what it looks like. And I probably won't know what it looks like until I wake up in the morning
No.
and have a coffee and sit down, and then I'll just know what to do. But I
Yeah.
think that spontaneous aspect to me has always been the truth of the soul in action. Like to do things spontaneously when you get the intel, when you get the download in that moment, you know what I mean? It's just like you just do it. You just make the move. And that's I don't know, that's like the creation, right?
Yes. And that's really uh, the essence, the fundament. That is creation, and that is also the uh, where we're living from this divine presence, where we are at that place within us, and we are totally aligned with universal flow,
Yeah.
and everything is here. And then it's a total different experience, and to live that every day, every moment, to live that every moment, to allow that to happen through you. This is how I feel, why we are here, and to make this happen, for us to come, also to come together,
Yeah.
and for make this birth, this be here, do whatever it is, to come to that place, to really to that place where everything just is, and we just allow it to burst out. We just allow it to be, to come out, and we don't know, and we just allow it to be that way.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah, there's a big difference. It used to frustrate me a little bit
mhm.
because I don't watch whole shows, but I'll watch other platforms to see what they're doing and to pick up code and just, I don't know why I do. You just move to do it. And I see people going and they say it a lot of different ways. Like people in the audience would whoever was doing the show, they'll say, "Is everything going to be all right?" Like that kind of frequency. And then there's another way where they'd say, "Everything's going to be all right. Everything is all right." You know.
Yeah.
So it's interesting watching that very human aspect that we all have, and then the divine connection, and I can see them coming together. The other thing that's interesting too that I've noticed, and I guess it's just because I'm more awake or whatever, is the way the day unfolds. I keep saying it's like reading a book. Like you can go over here and walk outside and go on a walk, and then a bird crosses your way, or this happens, and you get this thought, and then you walk in the door, and your wife says something, and everything just fits. Like you're turning a page, reading a book. And I have to tell you a funny example this morning, and here we go. So I'm up, and Morgan got up after me, and I made 2 eggs. I put 2 eggs into the frying pan, and I like them, with the bubble, right? Well, when I put them in, she walked out and she said, "Look at that one." it looks like a fetus, like a child. And then the one next to it had a sperm and an egg.
Wow.
And so now that seems like something that's coincidental, but these things are happening more and more every day. In fact, they've always been happening, but I think we're starting to be aware of these things. And like, what's the old saying? It's right in front of your face, right? We're always looking out here, and it's right in front of our face.
Yeah, and also, as you're saying, that some people are worried or what is going to be, or other people say it's all right,
Yeah.
everything is in order. But how I see it, also, what we are heading is when really we're moving into this new world totally, fully, everyone. There will still be people back staying in the old earth. I mean, those, of course, that is not awake, and there's many, but also people that are awake, but
Yeah.
find it, that want to stay there. It's very comfortable. And then there are others that is really taking it fully ahead
Yes.
to not just seed it, but to plant it and to live it in the new earth. It's here, right? So we also need to understand or to see that not everyone is joining, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and it is as it is. It is here, and we are the manifestors. We are the creators, as we make this happen. And we see as you say, the symbols and the sign, and we coexist with everything. And yeah, but deepen into the truth, to the embodiment of really where we're here, and not staying in this. You don't know what's going to happen. What is going to happen here in front, right? So be open for whatever will come, and just enjoy, and what you say, enjoy every little moment.
Yes.
We're here
I
to
think
fully experience
that
every
is,
little moment. Don't need anything
no,
outside of us. Everything is already here. We are already existing in our high vibration, and enjoy the pleasure in every little moment.
yeah.
We are already whole. Yeah.
It reminds me of, that's so funny that and here we go again now, telepathy, right? Like, I was going to ask you that about the two Earths, the Great Divide, and then I just was going to ask you right when I finished talking, and then you just went right into it. But it reminds me of, and I know everyone has their experiences and they're all different.
Mm-hmm.
But when I first woke up 9 years ago, I was dealing with a lot of disincarnated souls that had left the Earth, that were stuck between, let's say, 3D and 5D, right? They were in this space. And I would work with angels, and we would take them up. And what would happen is they would go through these, what they called these doors to the healing heaven. And these silent angels would come around, and they would explain to them what happened. It's almost like they had amnesia, right? So that's what I get when I'm listening to you talk about this, because we're already here. Heaven is already on earth,
Yes.
and it's just a matter of those programs, like being clued in and being informed, and I think that's happening for all of us. I think that's part of the reason that it's not such a, I don't want to say fight anymore, but it's actually bigger than us. Like there's a big water faucet went off, like a waterfall. You can't, how are you going to turn a waterfall off? You know what I mean?
No.
But yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it reminds me of. I want to ask you too, because and especially in the first part of my awakening, Mother Mary, really my whole life, Mother Mary has always been a huge, that consciousness, that type of energy has always been a huge part of my, I can tell now. But I was going to ask you, because you have that energy. This energy that comes down, especially in 2020, especially each month, gets bigger and bigger and faster. And I don't know of anyone that hasn't been affected. And I know you have a human aspect and you're very present, but I just have to ask you, what do you do when you get triggered? What do you do when you get knocked off balance, or do you? And do you have a way of getting back to balance? Is there something that you do?
Yeah, I breathe.
Yeah.
And sometimes I shout, and I allow myself to get angry. And
You do?
yes, of course,
Uh,
of course. Sometimes I also boil over. It's
yeah.
just the heat, and and then it's okay. Thank you. It's
Yeah.
just trying not to project it out. We still
Yeah.
have the right to have all this feeling that is coming through. And we got triggered. I don't get that much triggered,
Yeah.
but of course I get triggered. And sometimes I get back balance, and then I just need to come back to my heart.
Yeah.
I stay, soften, try to make space, allowing what is. What I really do is allowing what is, not
Yeah.
try to separate it, push it away, to allow what is and just letting it be. Breathing and not getting it kidnapped, and soften. For me, it's everything about softening, allowing yourself whatever you need, allowing you to have this burst out, or like whatever happens, and it's okay. Sometimes it comes out in the wrong way, in the wrong, not wrong way, in one way, and then you just go back and say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I got really affected about this, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it was not about you. This is all about me.
Yeah.
And of
Which,
course,
and people in the community, because once I got a computer a couple years after I woke up and I started to become more active, I started to notice uh, there was a whole thing about empaths and narcissists and all these, and I guess that's the way it had to evolve. But now I'm starting to see where in these circles, regardless of the projection and polarization and the ups and downs we all go through, you're actually starting to see people say, it's not them, it's me. It's always me.
yeah,
And it's actually becoming embodied. And that's the other thing about this expansion that I'm noticing is when the truth takes hold, and it could be in a post, it could be on a video, it could be a show, it could be so many different things. It could just be passing somebody on the street. It's so contagious. I mean, it grows so fast. It really, really does.
yeah. But we're also entering this about the mother Mary and the mother that we held in, and so when those also lower vibration into our field, it's just lower vibration comes into our field, we can just stop and say, if we are conscious and we become aware of it, it's not me, it's not mine.
Yeah.
Just give it away and then drop back into the heart.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just in a moment when you just stay and have this, when you stop in this in between spaces.
Yeah.
There's always an in between space where you can stop, and
Yeah.
then the trigger just erodes. Whatever triggered is just erodes.
Yeah. I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning when in doubt, shut your mouth. Don't say anything.
Yeah.
Because if you really know it, you don't have to say it, and if you don't
No, you
know
don't.
it,
You
you
don't.
don't need to say anything. You're just
No,
better
you
off
don't.
not saying.
Yes, you don't need to say anything.
Yeah.
And if you're within your space, if you're within your heart, anyone else can do whatever they want to, say
Yeah.
whatever they want
That's
to.
right.
You're not effective of it,
Yeah.
because it's not and stuff like comes low vibrations, whatever. It's not personal.
No.
It is not you. It is not me. It is just other vibrations coming.
Yeah.
And if we're not aware of our field, it can come in.
Yeah.
So, but also we need to allow ourselves to really also express whatever comes. It's
True.
so much in many spiritual communities. It's like you need to be in a certain way. There's an identity or in a mask or whatever. This is also how we meet and become intimate, because we are true.
Yeah.
We become truthful, and we can meet within the heart. That's the heart space. And
Yeah.
we see everyone else and know that everyone else also needs to have their journey. Yeah, and also to allow our friends to have their own journey. Don't interfere in others' journeys. That's
Yeah.
a big learning and a big lesson for me.
That
That not wanting something for others, not wanting you or other to me or whatever to be in a certain way, to have this or to grow, whatever. Don't interfere in any other's
yeah.
soul journey.
Yeah,
It's theirs.
that's not working anymore either. And I think
No.
I've watched energy practitioners, healers.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had so many on the show this year.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed it toward the end of last year, and it
Mm-hmm.
started to change. Like
Yes.
I could see the pressure it put on them because they've spent their life healing, helping people, but there has been this change,
But
and it's interesting because that's actually something else I've seen out there recently. And when I say recently, I'm talking just the last few weeks. But
yeah.
a few weeks is a lot in the ascent. That's like
Yes.
decades. But I've seen people allowing people just to go about their way. And the truth is, I don't know about anybody else, but Todd's a full-time job. Like I live with Morgan. I have a great partner. I have a great life. I mean, but I have to stay on myself all the time. I don't have time to go try to help other people. You
No.
know,
No. Because
I'm not that
here,
smart. Um,
yeah, and it's really shifting fast. But that's also what's how I see it is within the old programming or
yeah,
old woundings, and what we're
sure. Yeah,
talking about the missions that we're carrying the burdens of the
yeah,
world here. We
yeah,
need to save the world. It's not about that at all.
yeah.
That's something else,
Yeah.
something
That's
totally
right.
different.
That's
And
exactly right. No one's coming to
also how
save
I
us, and we don't need to save anybody.
no, we don't need to have and anyone, no one needs to be saved.
That's right.
No one needs to
That's
be
right.
saved.
That's right.
This is, and also we can think about or see or feel, sense. What about everyone, you're talking about my work, my journey, my, what is that?
Yeah.
My school, my
There is no
journey.
mine. Right?
There is no my,
That's
right?
what I'm
And
getting.
that's also within this old program,
That's
there's
right.
coming so much new with these new codes, the wisdom that we activate within to come. There is no my mystery school. There is no my school. Nothing is
Uh,
mine anymore. So everything that has this mine or me,
yeah.
it's within the old earth. It's within the old
That's right.
programming. So
I
let's
feel
go
that.
at this, yeah, let's go this mind, this I. And we are so, it's a habit
Yeah.
also talking about this.
I feel it. I feel that very strongly. I have for a long time, and I used to be a
Yeah,
lot more radical about it. But
yeah,
copyright, trademarks, ownership,
yeah,
debt, borders, like
yes,
in my experience, I have consciously let go of things in that program,
yes,
and I think that's very difficult for a lot of people. But my journey was different. But I'm seeing people let go now. And I
yeah,
think that this whole thing with mask and just different things, they look kind of bad and ugly, but they're actually great gifts because people are going, you know what? I've had enough of this. I'm going to choose
yes,
myself now. And
yeah,
I think this is it's beautifully designed. I wanted to ask you before we get out of here, and I'm sorry if I kept you too long because I usually go an hour, but we're already over hour and a half. So
oh, are we?
I'm going to use easy. But I wanted to ask you
Yeah,
if there's anything that you wanted to do. I wanted to give you time. If I don't know if you do light language or you want to do a blessing or if there's something you want to talk about. But if you do or if you don't, that's fine too. If you want to sing and dance, that's okay too. If you want to. But but I was going to tell you whatever you would like to do and share if you want to.
yeah,
There's no and but also let us know because I know people. That's what happens on the show. People are going to want to know where to find you.
yes,
Anything that you may do online, such as sessions or anything. Let people
yeah.
know how to get in touch with you and that type of thing.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Mhm.
Todd. Really a pleasure. And Is there any time frames of this?
No, you can take as
No.
long as you want.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hmm.
Yeah. If you want to know, everyone's out there. Very blessed that you're here together with me, Todd, and all the beautiful sisters and brothers in form and non-form. We are all here together. And if you want to know more about me or what I'm sharing and offering out, I'm really here to hold the space and to allow these safe spaces with this beautiful, divine, pure essence of love, so you can really deepen and trust to open yourself to your soul's essence, so you really can raise your frequency, deepen into divine presence. When you are in divine presence, everything will unfold. Your soul purpose and the manifestation of it. It will consume all the lower vibration and deepen into the heart and the heart's truth. And actually tomorrow already, we are opening this beautiful, beautiful journey for 33 days. It's an online journey. It is based on free love donation for the energy exchange. And it's for 33 days. It's called Return to Divine Presence, because that's our truth. That's where our origin, and that's where we are actually. So it's a 33-day long journey to support you, to hold you, and to journey in this transfer or transmutation, transfiguration during all these intense portals. That we're opening the circle, this space tomorrow at the 1212 portal, the gateway of completion. So we open it with this activation. We're journeying through this. As we, at the total solar eclipse, we're going to be pushed in this gateway up to the winter solstice or the summer solstice for those in the southern hemisphere, the stargate of rebirth. And then the journey will continue on the other side. We will really have the time to integrate and harmonize the new, to sow, to grow the new seeds of the great new vision together. And that's a personal journey for your own soul's evolution that we do together in a huge field of unconditional love. So you're very welcome to join this circle. And then on Sunday,
How do they find it? Is there a website?
you find on the website camillamara.com.
Okay,
camillamara.com.
I got the Camilla part. What's
Camilla Mara, Mara.
Oh, it's like it's
CamillaMara.com.
.com. Okay,
Yeah.
boom. There we go.
And you also find me, Camilla Akerstrom, here on Facebook, and you see it on this site, Astrology and Todd. You have tagged me, yeah. And I also want to invite you on Sunday. There's a free meditation. Return to Divine Presence, to help you integrate and harmonize all these new energies and new light codes that is coming through the gateway and this 1212 portal. So we really also get this deeper into embodiment, your soul's embodiment, so you really can hold the light as we hold the light together. And then you can find more information about me. You can find different activations on this website, or you can contact me here on Facebook or Messenger, on an email. It's camilla@camillamara.com. So that's a little bit about me, and if I can take a little more moment so we can just close this beautiful, beautiful I would say space, this beautiful, beautiful space. And thank you, Todd. So I just want we all can deepen it into our heart and take a few moments. Is that okay, Todd?
Yes, absolutely. Take as long as you want.
Yeah. Because what we also have talked about here in this this gathering, this time, this space we opened together with all of you is really about deepening into divine presence, come into the truth of our hearts, so we really can open ourselves and live as divine presence. It's not nothing to go to, nothing, to accomplish, because we already are. It's just the help of allowing ourselves to slow down. So now we take a moment and we slow down, because this is so important, so you can hear, you can feel, you can sense, and you can start to expand your awareness. So you can hear this and you can close your eyes. So when you close your eyes and just take a moment as you deepen, you really start to deepen in, breathe down your breath, down to the womb, down to the heart. So you really breathe and you feeling the space around your breath. So just take this moment as we slow down. We slow down so we also can start to feel more, expand more from the inside. And as you deepen, it's like everything that has been before this moment, this talk, this conversation, or if you just enter this room right now, if you just came into this session right now, you can just drop. Nothing is important anymore. It's just this now moment. There is no past, there is no presence, there is only now here. And as we deepen, we're slowing down. You can deepen even more. And you can just focus your awareness within your heart. Allow everything to be just as it is. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to change. Everything is good. All is well. All is well. And just allowing whatever expresses from your heart. Just allowing, as you become the observer, you can just feel into if your heart is open, wide, flowing, contracted, and knowing that everything is good. Everything is beautiful. And you start to breathe here from this place. As you breathe in love and you breathe out love. You breathe in love and you breathe out love. You lock your feet on the unity grid, in Gaia's unity grid of divine love. You connect with your crystal heart, your crystal core. As you connect, you ask to open your higher chakras as you connect with the sun, behind the sun, with the heart of all the galaxies in the one unified heart, allowing yourself open from your heart, deepen into divine presence. As you allow your deepening, as you unfold, you deepen and deepen into this vibrant love space. As you deepen into the back chambers of your heart. Where you start to merge and melt into divine presence. As you focus, you drop, you expand your awareness. Just allowing whatever is to be. Allowing the stillness, allowing the silence. Within your sacred heart, there's a sacred space. And within that sacred space is another sacred space. You invite your mind to be silent, to rest. You allow your awareness to expand 360 degrees around you as you just drop deeper in this present moment. And you focus your awareness on this seed, the back of your heart, connecting with your higher heart, your higher mind. Fully merge with your higher selves. Focusing on this seed, the flames within your heart. Ionatia ertaoya eshtanai oriami enyati nayahu oramitia anya hi asja ertatitua enyaki ainamia eshtani erta esta esta. Just allow your heart to expand. Just dropping here. And as you, wherever you are, you open your eyes. Connecting with the world from this place. Where you just expand, staying in this presence. Everything is here. Thank you.
Thank you. And so it is.
And so
Wow. Nothing like surfing the dimension with Mother Mary. You have the perfect meditation voice. Wow.
Yeah, and you can listen to my meditations on YouTube too.
Okay.
Yeah, YouTube channel. Yeah.
What's the name of the channel?
Return to Divine Presence. You can, yeah, and also one just last moment. There is a new group also on Facebook called When the Earth Moves, where you connect with people and these meditations come. This is what's happening. The Earth is moving. Return to Divine Presence. You can Google that. It will come.
Yeah,
a lot of meditation to help you deepen your embodiment.
Yeah, I just put it up on all the platforms.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
You're
so
very
much.
welcome, and thank you. We'd love to collaborate with you again in the future.
Yeah, I would love to, and really thank you so much for inviting me here and sharing this beautiful space together with you, Todd, and with Morgan, and with all our brothers and sisters around the world. It's really been a beautiful time.
Yes, it has. Thank you so much. All blessings to you and yours.
Yeah, you too.
Peace out.
Bye.